Also, the story of this game, like I said, is kind of impenetrable. If you haven't seen the movie, like, Aladdin and Jasmine have not met in this game, but in this scene, Jasmine's going to act like she and Aladdin have met, even though they never have. And also, the goal of the game is supposed to be to rescue her, even though she didn't get kidnapped, as far as I can tell, in the game. But just to compound the issue, they're going to continue to put the events of the movie into the game, but out of order. I have no idea what the rationale for that is. I had the same criticism of the SNES game, which has a bizarre pyramid level for no reason. Like, does this game really need this Sultan's dungeon level? Like, why don't we have... There's a scene in the movie where Jafar blasts him off to, like, the Siberian wilderness, and he's, like, in this ice and snow world, just for a brief scene. Like, just for a few seconds. Also, if you don't see the bats that I'm getting hit by here, you're not alone. They're practically invisible against the background. Like, yeah, an ice and snow level in Aladdin would be fine. These things are all out of sync. Let's see if I can sneak through here. Okay, good. Let's put the guards in the prison with the prisoners. And also the horrible, almost invisible bats. This whole level is an exercise in... They made it look super, super pretty. Oh, this skeleton's gonna explode. And we gotta... Okay, all of his bones went over my head. That's good. Skeletons are immune to apples. Like, that's just biology. So, when you get Skelemans, what you have to do is hit them with your sword. Like this one here, I'm gonna hit with my sword. Yeah. But the level looks so nice, so pretty. You got these awesome, like, chains and pillars and stuff in the foreground, but look how hard it is to just see where stuff is. Like, this is a solid wall right here. This... Well, it's solid to me. It's not solid to the bones being shot off by Skelemans, I suppose. Like, this wall looks solid. Oh, more bones are going to explode at me. I'm trying to point out walls, and these skeletons are like, nope. But there are walls in this level that don't look solid. That's kind of a mean trick. I'm actually surprised I haven't died yet. Yeah, like right here. This kind of looks like a wall, but it's not. It's the same coloration as over to the right there. I didn't want to jump off. You know, I'm going to jump off to prove the point. Ah! Like, it's the same kind of coloration as this wall. Slightly different tiles used to build the wall, I grant you, but as you're playing the game, your eyeballs are going to read those as the same wall, but one of them's a background object and one of them's not. That kind of stuff either wasn't caught in testing and should have been. Like right here, this pillar isn't the solid wall, it's this grate, which doesn't even line up with the floor properly. I'm not really sure what the idea was here. Wait, there's a free man up there that I missed. Hold on, I didn't know there's a free man up there. Because it wasn't there a minute ago. It just, like, magically appeared, and I had to go back for it. Ah! There's a long lag time if Aladdin's moving his top speed. Because, again, they wanted to animate like that. Do I have a flat space of ground here where I can demonstrate this? I guess I don't. But they wanted to animate this, very slick-looking... Like, right here. Yeah, they want to animate that very slick-looking cloud of dust animation, but that means that when you stop moving, Aladdin takes functionally an extra step or so. So as you're trying to close in on enemies and get close enough to them to use your sword on them, enjoy crashing headlong into them and taking dumb damage repeatedly. Because that's going to happen in this game. Oh, this bat's gonna get me right here. Like, you're not going to believe how abrupt and silly the death animation is in this game when I eventually do die. Do I want to go down here, maybe? No, I want to see what's up, actually. And if you get lost in these levels, because everything does kind of... Ooh, I want that guy. Yeah. That's where we need to go. I guess I need to come from down here, though. Oh, that bat, though. Here we go. Yeah. So I've got 18 gems. I could buy 3 of these. But I only need to buy 2. Now I've got max number of lives. I don't think I want to go down. think I'm fine going up. And something killed me, and I have no idea what it was. It must have been one of those Invisibats. But yeah, here I am back at the last checkpoint with 10 apples. Immediately get blown up on by a skeleton. No idea what killed me. No, like, falling over animation for Aladdin. No, like, feedback when you get hit. Just immediately jump directly to the, you died nub screen. I can replace that free life that I just lost, though. Can I not? I guess I'm not super worried about it. I think we're just going to press on. Sometimes these bricks don't work either. Like right there, I just fell right through it. I have no idea why. Hey, here's another checkpoint. I've already hit that checkpoint, but let's go ahead and... Wait, I'm lost now. No, this is where I want to be. This is fine. Falling through that brick was okay. I guess? Maybe? I thought I'd fallen down to a previous part of the level, but I guess I didn't. There was this, for some reason they were very attached to the idea that, like, every level needs to be in, like, one location with no loading zones or anything. So there's a very high emphasis on, like, levels looping around and through themselves constantly. And look at the screen scrolling. Like, I'm here, and I look around, and that's how abruptly the screen scrolls. There's a level later on where you kind of have to force the screen to scroll using Aladdin's movement, or else you're not going to see the thing that kills you. It's not very friendly, but it is very Aladdin-y, I guess. Aladdin-y is an adjective that means like Aladdin on the Sega Genesis. Don't need to kill this guy. Got him. So you do get apples again pretty quickly. Like, losing all your apples isn't a super huge deal until you get to the end of the game, for reasons that will become clear. Do I want to go through this Hall of Madness? I guess I do. Yeah, because there's a heart up here. I needed that. Did need that. Look how long it takes him to duck. Like, if you just tap the duck button, this is what you get. Because you only get the first frame of his ducking animation over and over again. He does, like, hurdy-gurdy times. Oh, what a silly bad game this is. Not unplayably bad, though. Like, you can acclimate to its charms. I know it's very rich of me to call anything a bad game, considering some of just the garbo I played on this channel. But we have to go up a long series of these bricks now and hope that none of them go intangible under my feet, which is liable to happen. Alright, very good. This is kind of the halfway point, I suppose. You kind of want to wait for the brick to start retreating into the wall before you jump away from it. Excuse you, I thought he was dead because he did his little jump. I guess he was not. I think this level's almost over, though. Oh, no, I see one more checkpoint up there. Well, sometimes the level exits are very close to checkpoints for whatever reason. Yeah, like that. There was a level... This is the level exit. Checkpoint was literally right here. On screen with another checkpoint far earlier in the level. Now, the SNES Aladdin, what it did was, instead of having, like, standalone worlds like this... Oh, nice. We got a Freeman when we didn't need it. And another Freeman when we didn't need it. And a Jafar head when we really didn't need it. Aladdin for SNES had worlds with individual levels in them, so they could actually explore different gameplay ideas within the same structure of the world. It kind of gave every world a couple of different flavors that it played with, instead of the one flavor that this game has of just up and around and through the same zigzaggy maze on this giant screen we've made. You can kind of see the same mindset in these little story segments, like with the Iago gag. Someone was like, they did an Iago gag in the movie, so we have to put that in the game. And somebody else was like, should we make the story of the game make sense separate from the movie? Like, should there be structure? Or, nope, make them hit statues. Nothing else really matters. I don't know, you can very clearly see that either, I don't know which game came out first, this or the SNES one, but you can see they kind of steal ideas. One of them was stealing ideas from the other one. They're like, hey, should we have sections where Aladdin can hang on ceilings? Like, yeah, we can do that. Should we draw something that makes it look like you can grab a ceiling here? Yeah, spikes. Draw a bunch of spikes on the ceiling. That'll be fine. It'll make the player will think, yeah, I can grab spikes there. And we gotta hit statues to... I don't even really know why we have to hit statues in this level. I know that you cannot complete the level without hitting the statues, though, so I'm going to keep doing it. So many terrible bats. There's just a lot of health laying around this level, though. Like this... No, oh, that was bad. Fortunately, the enemies don't... Oh, the bats respawn, though, don't they? Yes, they do. And for some reason, that little water spout doesn't trigger until all the bats are gone. It's kind of just an arbitrary plot flag that doesn't work until the bats have taken their leave. I think there's 2 more hearts up here that I want. Or just 1 more heart is also fine. Oh, here's where there's 2 hearts. Yeah, that's what we want. Okay, good. I think as a kid I thought when it said hit statues you were supposed to hit those guys, because they kind of look like statues. And also they have weird iframes, like they're invulnerable for part of the time for whatever reason. Also there's an Abu head here, and a ghost, and a genie head. I guess we don't really need any more genie heads because I'm going to grab this health though. Unless we lose a lot of lives. There's one level in this game where I might lose 1,000,000 lives and have to continue. Can I get all the way up there? I cannot. But I do want the health up there, so we're going to go ahead and climb up. We're going to kill this thing and this stupid bat. Come here, bat. Got him. I've tried to pelt bats with apples. Bats don't like apples. Like, even just the apple thing. Like, which of these 2 games... Because apples were a big part of the SNES version as well. They were kind of Aladdin's only actual attack, was the apples. I don't know which of this game took the idea from the other one, but that can't be a coincidence, right? Like, there were scenes with apples in the movie, but they weren't... Like, it wasn't a big enough thing in the movie like you would think, like, hey, I hope they put the apple thing from the movie in the game. And because I like the Capcom version better, I want to think that Virgin was the one doing the stealing, but I don't know that for sure. I guess I don't need any more free lives. I'm just going to keep all my gems if it's okay. I guess I could buy a wish, which is a continue. I wish those guys sold health. I would buy some health off of them. Oh, I missed with my sword. Now I gotta go all the way back up. They did actually program this, like, if your sword hits a solid object, it makes like a tink sound and you lose your slash. But there's no visual indicator of this happening. So it just feels kind of random and arbitrary. Oh, I guess there's 5 boss fights. Here's the 3rd of 5 boss fights. For no reason. I don't know what this thing is supposed to be, but he takes a lot of hits. And you gotta stop moving towards him. Yeah, I moved too far there. You gotta stop moving towards him like a step or 2 before you're actually done moving towards him, to allow for the last frame of Aladdin's walk cycle animation. Ooh, I'm like right inside of him there. Then the carpet shows up. Except for sometimes when the carpet doesn't show up. Sometimes the carpet just doesn't show up and you gotta walk off the screen and come back to get it to show up. And, like, these carpet sections are awful. They're just really just arbitrary and bad. And if you thought that that platform Abu was standing on was a platform you could jump to, I got bad news for you, Johnson, but you just lost a life. I'm sorry, I don't know who Johnson is. There was something up here, wasn't there? I'm thinking of free life or something? I guess maybe it doesn't appear because I've already got 9 lives. You ready to see how the Sega Genesis did transparencies because it didn't actually have the ability to do transparencies? Mm-hmm. Look at those semi-solid lines. So I mentioned the Abu bonus levels and how bad I am at them. Oh good, we threw all the genie heads away. Good, we flushed all of those. Those are gone. So, I watched a long play of this where he did both of the Abu bonus levels and he completed them both. There is not even a reward for this one. You don't get anything for this one, except some apples and some jewels. Apples, of course, go away whenever you die, and jewels are all over every level anyway. So basically, it's going to drop a jewel, and we're going to pick it up, and then a bunch of rocks are going to go over our head. It's going to drop another jewel, and we're going to pick it up, and a bunch of rocks are going to go over our head. And we're going to do that again, and then a whole bunch of rocks are going to fall. And then we're going to go up here, get some apples. Then we're going to stand here and slash a whole lot. This is where I usually die in this level, because these bats get me. But I watched the dude's long play, so now I know how to do it. So we might actually beat this level. Never mind. Never mind, we got bouldered. I took the bait. I jumped out and grabbed the gem and took the bait. Yeah, but if you do complete the level, there's no reward. It just says level complete. Like, what's the point of having the Abu bonus level if the Abu bonus level doesn't reward you with anything? So we're about halfway done with the game now. We're finally getting into the meat of the plot of the movie after all that gallivanting through the desert and the Agrabah rooftops for whatever reason. Here we're in the escape level, and this level has some mean tricks. Because early on it's pretty consistent. Dark parts of rocks are where you can stand. Glowing parts of rocks are where you cannot. So it trains you to jump at the edge of a glowing part, or at the dark part of a rock. Like if I move over one more step, I will no longer be standing on solid ground. And right there, they put that glowing... The glowing rocks are all underneath. Like, it's dangerous down here. Jump from the dark part at the top. Until you get to, I think, this next session up here? I think it's the next one. I think it's this one. We'll find out. So first of all, I've got to do my little dust kicky move. I got to stop walking forward so the screen will advance. The camera will actually lurch forward. Just so I can see what's coming up. And then you gotta not jump from the black part of the rock over there. If you do, you will die. You have to run an extra step onto the glowing part of the rock, which until now has always been dangerous. Not super nice, game. I'm sure some level designer has a reason why that was like that. But we're almost done with the level now. I'm gonna take some of this health. Lurch the camera forward slightly. Are we gonna make it? We didn't make it. I guess on that one we don't have to lurch the camera forward because there's nowhere to jump from. But that was the very end of the level. And I think now we'll be able to grab a free life in this level. There are 2 free lives. They're pretty easy to get. So if you know where the free lives are, you're not really in any danger. I guess they didn't want to put any checkpoints in the level due to its dynamic nature, or maybe they just felt like having an escape level with the zigzaggy switchback style of previous levels would not have been appropriate. So instead they just made it one long dash to the end, but there was a fixed width that levels were allowed to be, and once they've reached that they had to end the level. Either way, it's a super short level. And yeah, there's my free life I'm gonna take. So we're back up to 9. But yeah, there's no checkpoints in this level, and I'm not really sure why. That's my speculation, though, is levels in this game could only be, X pixels wide, and they didn't want to make a really zigzaggy level out of the escape. But as soon as we jump from here, carpet catches us, and we're done. They knew the next level was gross. They knew that the next level coming up was unplayably bad. We're going to flush all our genie heads, that's fine. And they put in, I'm going to solve it in the dumbest way possible. It's the turbo tunnel from Battletoads. If you've played Battletoads, you know what's about to come up here. The genie's hand is going to point in a direction. Any second now. Up. We got to go up. And then a rock will go by. And now it's going to point. I think it's the same pattern every time. So theoretically, you could just memorize the pattern. But this gets ridiculously stupid hard and fast, so they realize that nobody's ever going to be able to, solve this properly. So what they did was, if you lose 3 lives on this level, they just say, okay, you can go to the next level now. They just let you go. I'm going to pause buffer quite a lot to see where the hands are, so I don't have to try to rely on my human reaction time. And for some reason I thought that genie head was a rock, and I thought, oh, I can turn up now, but you can't turn up now. And I guess there's all these apple slices out around, too, for absolutely no reason. Why they put a bunch of apples in this level, I could not tell you. There is that free life at the beginning, though, that you can always grab. So as long as you keep grabbing that, you can't actually game over here, because after you die 3 times, they just let you go forward anyway. This time we're going to make sure we don't screw up. I think there's a lot more downs than up. But then this level pulls a mean trick. If I even get there, I might not even get to the mean trick that's in this level towards the end. I hope I do, because it's really mean. And if you don't know what's coming, you're going to be like, there's no way they're going to do that thing, Brickroad. But they're totally going to do the thing. And it's hilarious. Like, what's next? Up. Okay, we're going to go up. That's a long one. What's next? Either way, I'm going to go up, I think. All the way down. Up again. You see how fast and horrible this gets. Down. Down again. Ooh, that was close. Where's my next one? Down again. I guess either way is fine. That was a middle. Up. Okay, very good. By the way, the wave of lava in the back cannot actually get you. Like, it can never catch up to you. Question mark? What? Come on. So all the question marks mean go down. That's all the question mark means. But you can't possibly know that your first way through the level, which means you can get this far and past this many obstacles and still die randomly because they put a question mark in the level. Why would they do that? I would love to just interview one of the developers from this game and, like, just, what was going through your guys' head? Like, what was the design intent here? What were your goals outside of let's draw a really nice looking walk cycle for Aladdin? I think we're about due for another question mark here. Yeah, there we go. We're going to go down for the question mark. And we're done. Good. Question mark was the last one. Whew! That's behind us. And we came out of it with 9 lives, so we're still doing pretty okay.
Shoutouts to Spoony Bard for sponsoring this video, and to everybody who makes my channel possible by supporting me on Patreon.